Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Indian Mythological Tales. In our previous video, we learned about 10 supernatural forms of Goddess Bhagavati, which we know as the 10 Mahavidyas. In the last video, we told you the story of the origin of the 10 forms of Goddess, of which the first was Maa Kali. And then we told you in detail about Maa Tara, Maa Tripura Sundari and Maa Bhuvaneshwari. So viewers, in today's episode, we will tell you about the other forms of Mother in the same sequence. So stay with us in this wonderful journey. The fifth form of Mother is Bharavi, the fierce. Bharavi is a fierce manifestation of the goddess, quite close to Kali herself. She heads and punishes evildoers. Her consort is Bhairava, the equally fierce manifestation of Lord Shiva. One of Bhairavi's forms is Chandi, a ferocious goddess who helps Kali destroy the demon Raktabija. Chandi is also famous for destroying the demons Chanda and Munda. She is fearless and aspires fearlessness in her devotees as well. She is often depicted seated on her royal donkey, her mouth slain with demon blood, another hand holding a blood-stained sword. But she is not only a warrior goddess. Bhairavi is also the goddess of speech, with the potential to destroy all opposition to spiritual growth. She is thus the remover of all obstacles, physical and mental, on the path of spiritual evolution. Chinnamasta, the self-decapitated. This is the most frightening form of the goddess, and yet how benign of the explanation of her severed head is. Yes, the goddess decapitates herself. She holds her severed head in one hand, a scimitar in the other. 3 jets of blood spurt out of her neck, one feeding her own severed head and the other being drunk by 2 attendants, Jaya and Vijaya. The story of her origin is, one day Parvati, the wife of Shiva, the reincarnation of Sati, was bathing in the river. When her 2 attendants, Jaya and Vijaya, became very hungry and begged her for food, the generous goddess decapitated herself to feed them her blood. Apparently, she joined her head after they were satisfied. Dhumavati, the widow. This form of goddesses is depicted as a crone, an ugly old woman. A widow, in fact, associated with all things unauspicious. Her name means the smoky one. The legend has it that she can kill demons with her stinking smoke. Her origin story is, one day Sati was very hungry and asked her husband Shiva for food. When she refused, she consumed him to satisfy her hunger. Obviously, that upset him, and he requested her to discharge him. She complied, but he cursed her to be a widow, and she took this form. Here, Dhumavati teaches us to go beyond appearance and illusions and seek inner truth. She is the river of knowledge and rescuer of trouble and the bestower of boons. Bagalamukhi, the Vanquisher. Bagalamukhi is a goddess of great occult power who smashes her devotees' misconceptions with her cudgel, who paralyzes and silences her enemies. She is often depicted beating a demon with a cudgel in her right hand, while she pulls out his tongue with her left hand, denoting the ability to stun or paralyze an enemy into silence. The story goes that there was once a demon called Madan who gained Bhakshiddhi, by which whatever he said came true. Here Siddhi means supernatural powers. He used it to great destructive effects, killing many people. All the gods requested Bagulamukhi's help. The goddess grabbed the demon's tongue and thus neutralized his powers. Matangi, the goddess of outcasts. Matangi is another form of the goddess also associated with unauspiciousness. She is described as Chandalini, a low-caste Hindu who deals with the disposal of dead bodies. She is associated with groups outside conventional Hindu society, including those who dispose of waste, work in cremation ground, and in meat processing. She is also associated with tribal groups who dwell in forest. She is offered leftover food with unclean hands. Thus she represents the divine self, which is left over when all else perishes. In many ways, Goddess Matangi is closely related to Goddess Saraswati, wife of Brahma and the goddess of knowledge, music, wisdom and art. That is why one of her forms is depicted as playing veena. The parrot represents speech and the veena represents music. However, while Saraswati embodies the orthodox knowledge of the upper caste Brahmins, Matangi embodies the knowledge that is beyond mainstream conventional society. Kamala, the lotus goddess. Goddess Kamala is of a molten gold complexion with lush black hair, three bright placid eyes, and a benevolent expression. She is seen wearing red and white garment and apparel and backed it with various ornaments and lotuses all over her limbs. She is seated on a fully bloomed lotus, while with her four hands, two hold lotuses, while two grant her devotees wishes and assures protection from fear. The feminine divinity is a powerful entity. From mother nurturer to the destroyer, from knowledge to wealth, they accompanies every aspect of the physical and spiritual realm. A part of such a powerful entity is the Mahavidya. So viewers, the 10 Mahavidyas or wisdom goddesses represent distinct aspects of divinity intent on guiding the spiritual seeker towards liberation. For the devotionally minded seeker, these forms can be approached in a spirit of reverence, love, and increase in intimacy. For a knowledge-oriented seeker, these same forms can be represent various states of inner awakening along the path of enlightenment. So viewers, this was today's episode. We hope you enjoyed this story. If you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, share it in your group, and don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you.